Hello, hello. So there's probably no viewers right now because that completely cut out and is frustrating, but I wanted to hop on just to wrap up, and I'm probably going to be deleting that post from earlier. So I just want to see okay, this is a little bit confusing, but I think that I should be displaying in the Sketchbook School news page currently. I just want to make sure. Okay, Michaela sees me, so I'm showing up somewhere. I was using a recorder to do this broadcast, and it just froze. And I'm not sure what happened because I could still see comments and I could still see all the websites I had open. So I'm not sure what's going on, but thank you for hopping back in, to those of you that hopped back in. I don't know where this is displaying currently because I'm having some issues with Ecamm Live. But anyway, thanks for joining me again. I'm just going to do a little run through of some of the stuff I tried to talk about on the previous broadcast. So for starters, I just wanted to mention again that People Drawing People is coming up. Thank you, Michaela, for confirming, and everyone else. But yeah, People Drawing People is our newest course, and it is completely different than anything that we've ever made. So we're going to be rolling out some more behind-the-scenes sneak peeks in the coming weeks, and we also might release a free lesson just to kind of show you what's going on in that course. So thank you, Ashley. So be sure to check out People Drawing People in our website if you haven't looked into it yet. That course starts on April 15th. And also the other exciting piece of news is that we are working on a new community platform for students called the Schoolyard, because I think we're all getting a little tired of Facebook and some of the challenges with getting lost in rabbit holes and clicking on tons of things and then just losing track of time in Facebook. So this space is just going to be for Sketchbook School students, and it'll be a place to talk about our art and share our art and also just participate in all sorts of fun activities and challenges with each other without all the noise that comes with Facebook and, pictures of your boss's kids on their first day of school and then cat videos and things like that. So we want to get away from that and just talk about art and share with each other. So that's called the Schoolyard, and that is coming very soon. I also wanted to point out this lovely contour line portrait from our Draw Tip Tuesday in Action hashtag that Carrie did with her daughter. And I wanted to bring this up because I love the idea of using a really easy, simple, non-threatening method for doing a selfie. For those of us that are a little nervous drawing people, this is perfect. And I love that Carrie used a Draw Tip Tuesday video with her daughter to practice contour line portraits. I just love how it turned out. So definitely recommend that. Check out Draw Tip Tuesdays if you're, struggling with self-portraits. And another student that wrote into the group about being in a little bit of a creative rut and feeling stuck. And I think a lot of us have gotten in this position before where we did a lot of drawing and then maybe took some time off. And yes, Sue, that will be available on mobile as well as through web browsers. So you can access that platform using an app through the system that we're using. So you'll be able to access it on a computer as well as a mobile device. So we're really excited. So getting back to Rhonda's question, we had students reach out with all sorts of advice, when she wrote about being stuck in a rut. And I love the idea of starting small. A lot of students recommended, starting with little drawings to fill up a giant page once you get through a few of them. So I love the idea of using a grid to make lots of tiny drawings, and that could be a little less intimidating than filling an entire page. And then I liked the attitude of Eva, who says, just do it, take no prisoners. I liked having Eva in my mind as like an art drill sergeant because she's the sweetest, kindest woman, and seeing her as the art drill sergeant just makes me chuckle. So thanks, Eva. Just do it, take no prisoners, and don't worry about, the paper that you're using or the outcome. I like that attitude. Other students recommended starting small. So if you're in a course right now and feel kind of overwhelmed, starting with simple exercises like Draw Tip Tuesday is a great place to start. And then the piece of advice to just be less precious. I like this idea because I think we all tend to covet our art materials and our sketchbook pages and worry about sullying them. And I really think if we were less precious with these items and tools, we would probably make a lot more art. We'd make a lot more messes. And I like that attitude to keep in mind. So, as usual, people come to our group with questions and needing advice, and students are always quick to jump in with solutions and encouragement. And I love that about our community, and I can't wait to sort of take that into a new arena on this new Schoolyard platform that we're working on. And another reason that I like this group and this community is that we celebrate little victories. And one of our students, Irene Cup, I might be mispronouncing your name, I'm very sorry, she celebrated a victory this week by completing her first sketchbook. So this is a huge milestone and one that I experienced recently, and a lot of our community members love sharing when they've finished off a sketchbook. So I am breaking out the inaugural completed sketchbook cowbell, and I'm ringing it for Irene Cup, as obnoxious as that is, for completing a sketchbook. So congrats to her, and we can't wait to see more full sketchbooks from everyone in the community. And then lastly, I just want to mention a few meetups. I hope that I'm still visible because I saw comments stop coming in. So hopefully you guys can still see me. Getting a little nervous after what just happened recently. But if you can give me a thumbs up in the comments to make sure that we're still in operation, that would be great. And yeah, Michaela's commenting, so I think we're okay. Thanks, Michaela. I really appreciate it, and really excited for Michaela to tackle a drawing a day. I think that you're really going to like that class. Perfect. Thank you guys for the reassurance. And lastly, I just want to share some of the meetups that are coming up in our community in the next week. So typically we'll share meetups on these bulletins that are in the next 7 days on the calendar. So this meetup's happening tomorrow in New Jersey. Andrea and the Princeton Skechers are actually taking their sketchbooks outside, and they're going to be at the Grounds for Sculpture, which is this really cool sculpture park. It looks really awesome. So please join them if you are, in the area tomorrow. On Sunday, the 31st, we're going to have the Bishop Skechers meeting also in an outdoor space in Buttermilk Hills. So the Bishop Skechers are going to be taking their sketchbooks outside and drawing some really lovely scenery in Buttermilk Hills in the area of Bishop, California. So check that out Sunday. And then lastly, in my neck of the woods, we're going to have a meetup for the Columbus Urban Skechers on April 4th. And this meetup I am so excited about. I'm hoping I can make it because they are going to actually be meeting at my favorite place from the Ohio State University where I went to school. There's a geological science museum that has some really cool skeletons and artifacts to draw. So the Columbus Skechers are going to meet on April 4th at the Geological Museum at Ohio State's campus. And Michaela, there are actually some meetups happening in North Carolina with the Cape Fear Skechers, and that might not be in your area, but there will definitely be some other meetups popping up in North Carolina, as we do have a little contingent of students down in North Carolina. So depending on what part of North Carolina you're in, Michaela, there might be some meetups coming your way soon. But I do know there's an active group in the Wilmington area currently. So looks like Polly can see me, which is great. Polly, I was just jumping in to try and give a recap of what was missed in the last failed broadcast. But I think I covered everything. So thank you guys for jumping back in with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to delete that previous video and leave you guys with this. Sorry, didn't include the David Bowie startup music. But thanks again for tuning in, and I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. Thanks, guys.